Hi, and welcome back to On Campus, the show where we break down what's happening in and around Fordham's Rose Hill campus each week. I'm Maddie Bristow, and I'm here alongside Floriana Boardman and Samir Fafzada. Today we're breaking down the top 5 activities from this week. But first, what's campus actually been like for you guys? I'm home this semester, so I'm a little out of the loop. Floriana, I know you're an RA this semester, so what's it been like so far?
It has definitely been interesting and very, very different. But, there's still some things going on. Mostly everything is at least offered virtual. It's very different. But, I'm happy to at least be back senior year. Samir, what about you?
Same. I'm really happy to be back. But everything has really been different. We're virtually online. There's not so much interactions. The campus life is completely different. But yeah, like you said, good to be back. But yeah, so there's a lot of things still going on though. So we'll be talking about the top 5 things that's been going on campus. And let's start with number 5. So on number 5, we are talking about the botanical garden. The botanical garden has become a very popular spot for people and for the students of Fordham University. A lot more students are going there, especially during the weekends. I think it's a getaway, to clear your mind, to relax. But yeah, I have been going myself once or twice, but I'd definitely like to go more. And I think I'm planning on going this weekend. What about you, Floriana?
Yeah, I've definitely been going just for walks all the time in botanical gardens. I know you can't run anymore, but at least we can go and look at the pumpkins and whatnot. They do still have the farmers market. It's really nice. I love it, and especially because it's free for Fordham students. What about you, Maddie?
Yeah, it's definitely something I miss a lot, having that luxury of just walking across campus and into this oasis in the middle of New York City. Like you said, I definitely miss the farmers market on Wednesdays. I miss getting apples from upstate New York and seeing the little ladies that make soap and honey and baked goods. They're always so sweet. But Pennsylvania has some really nice fall foliage, so that's awesome. But there is something that's just so unique about seeing it in New York City.
Well, that's great to hear. At least we have the botanical garden still open, especially that it's free now well, it's always been free for Fordham students as long as we show our IDs. Anyway, so moving on to number 4.
Yes. So
This will be Maddie.
Yeah, so for our fourth topic, students have been asked to take 3 mandatory COVID tests this semester. I believe the third one is coming up. I think it's due sometime soon, this week maybe. Samir, how has testing been going? Has it gone smoothly this whole semester? Have people had easy access to it?
I think they've done a really great job with the testing. We're doing it I believe every 3 weeks. They're heavily enforced, and if you do not attend them, then your ID gets suspended. And if you're a student athlete, you will be suspended from all team activities, including locker room and field use, all that stuff for until the remainder of the next testing. So I like it. It makes me feel a little bit more safe. They're taking these protocols. And I've been doing my testing, and my next one is Wednesday. And thankfully, I've been negative so far. So, Floriana, what about yourself?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Fordham is definitely taking this very seriously. Thank God. I know from personal experience, having to quarantine so many times, it's definitely not fun all the time. But at least things are being taken seriously, and the case rate here is so low. So thank God for that. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. So moving on, number 3, we wanted to cover this new thing that's been coming up, and it's called Fordham Connect. So Fordham Connect is basically a new account run by student athletes on campus. And the aim of this account is to erase stigma and vulnerability around mental health in sports, but also on campus. students and student athletes, they come from various backgrounds and identities and face often unique challenges. And Connect is this platform which creates a safe place for students to, engage in conversations and talk about their issues and, get advice. And this creates, and, in return, this creates a healthier environment with Fordham Athletics. And I really love this. I think this is great. A lot of people struggle behind doors, and we don't often know that. And for Fordham students to come up with this platform, I think it's amazing. Any thoughts?
It makes me happy to hear. I mean, at least I know that there have definitely been some like surfacing Instagram accounts, like Let's Talk About It Fordham and different things like that, that really have given students a way to expose like their experiences about just being a student here on campus and just the different struggles that they go through. And it really helps everyone understand that everyone goes through things, and we should be more mindful about the humanity in every single person we interact
Absolutely.
with.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a really great space for student athletes to feel comfortable. I've had roommates who are student athletes, and I completely am starting to understand the difficulties of being both a full-time student and a full-time student athlete. It's amazing, and anyone who does it is incredible. So I'm really happy to hear that there's a safe space for them where they can feel comfortable, and hopefully it turns into something more tangible, like a resources office that they can have more access to anytime, because it is a really important topic.
I agree.
Absolutely. Maddie?
Yeah, so I have our second to last topic. So something that happened recently, a video surfaced on Twitter of someone driving by on Fordham Road, and outside of both Barnyard and Rams are large groups of students. I didn't see too many masks, and again, like no social distancing. And the person driving by stops and he yells at them, and he said, "Why are you guys risking the possibility of getting COVID and possibly getting really sick from it just to listen to the Chainsmokers in a bar?" Samir, do you agree with this, that why take the risk? Just
What's funny? I've actually experienced this myself, although I wasn't that person in the video. But I've walked past Barnyard a couple of times during the weekends, and they've been, trying to lure people in. But I don't really trust it, even though they're taking all these protocols and sanitizing and masks and all that stuff. To me, it still doesn't make sense. So it's a no-go for me, but I see that there's a lot of talk going on there. So, Floriana?
All right. So I'm going to just jump into our last topic, which is the number one. So our new academic calendar for next year, which is very sad. So we will not be having a spring break. We were supposed to have a 2-week spring break, but this next semester, we're not having one at all, just a few 3-day weekends. And we're not starting till February 1st, which is just so sad. I was really excited to get back onto campus, but my fingers are crossed that we'll actually have a graduation, God willing.
Let's hope so.
Yes,
yeah,
right? I hope so too. So even though it's changed, I hope there's still some hope for us next semester. But anyways, thanks for joining us on campus. Even though this is a different year, at least we can still enjoy some activities. And we will see you next week when we discuss the top 5 restaurants on Arthur Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.